Hello and welcome back to another half hour of Vaughan en Vivo. Ok, conozco Suecia. Que conste, conozco Suecia. En inglés no podemos decir I know Sweden, porque no me han presentado. To know es conocer personalmente a una persona o saber una cosa. I know the names of every regodo in Spanish. Ok, conozco Suecia. I have been to Sweden. Conozco Finlandia. I have been to Finland. Conozco Oklahoma. I have been to Oklahoma. Conozco Mexico. I have been to Mexico. Conozco Chihuahua. I know Chihuahua, a state in Mexico. Okay, I know. Conozco. I have been. Have you ever been to Mexico? ¿Conoces México? Have you ever been to Alaska? ¿Conoces Alaska? Así preguntamos. Si conoces un sitio, have you ever been to? Literalmente traducido, ¿has estado alguna vez a? No tiene sentido en castellano, porque decís, ¿has estado alguna vez en? Pero en inglés, to. All right. Annette, have you ever been to Chile?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been?
Oh, yes, I have.
Oh,
of course.
Okay. Have you ever been to Peru?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been to Ecuador?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Colombia?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Venezuela?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been to Panama?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Costa Rica?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Nicaragua?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to El Salvador?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Honduras?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Guatemala?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Belize?
No, I haven't.
Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yes, I have.
All right. No, yeah. Ahora.
8 times.
Ocho veces.
8 times.
No, 8 times.
8 times.
Ask Eva if she has ever been to Mexico.
Eva, have you ever been to Mexico?
Yes, I have.
Ask her if she's ever been to Texas.
Have you ever been to Texas?
No, I haven't.
Turkey.
Have you ever been to Turkey?
No, I haven't.
Greece.
Have you ever been to Greece?
No, I haven't.
Egypt.
Have you ever been to Egypt?
No, I haven't.
Norway.
Have you ever been to Norway?
No, I haven't.
Lithuania.
Have you ever been to Lithuania?
No, I haven't.
Russia.
Have you ever been to Russia?
No, I haven't.
The Far East.
Have you ever been to the Far East?
Oriente Lejano.
No, I haven't.
Middle East.
Have
The Middle East.
Have you ever been to the Middle East?
No, I haven't.
Oriente Medio, no?
No.
Africa.
Have you ever been to Africa?
Yes, I have.
Morocco.
Have you ever been to Morocco?
Yes, I have.
The Congo.
Have you ever been to the Congo?
No, I haven't.
South Africa.
Have you ever been to South Africa?
No, I haven't.
South America.
Have you ever been to South America?
No, I haven't.
South Dakota.
Have you ever been to South Dakota?
No, I haven't.
South Carolina.
Have you ever been to South Carolina?
No, I haven't.
New South Wales.
Have you ever been to New South Wales?
No, I haven't.
Okay, ask her if New South Wales is in Australia or in Spain.
Is New South Wales in
Australia?
or in the Caribbean?
In
Or in
Spain
the
or?
No, is New South Wales. Se lo hago fácil. Eva.
You said in Spain or in...
Wait. Is New South Wales in Australia or in Spain?
In Australia.
¿Ves? Sabe mucho. Okay.
You said that.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Now, ask me if I have ever been to Australia.
Have you ever been to Australia?
No, I haven't. Now, tell her to ask me if I've ever been to Alaska.
Ask him if he has been ever...
If he has ever.
He has ever been to Alaska.
Have you ever been to Alaska?
No, I haven't. Tell her to ask me if I've ever been to the Far East.
Ask him if he has ever been to the Far East.
Far East.
Far East.
Have you ever been to the Far East?
No, I haven't. Tell her to ask me if I have ever been to Southeast Asia.
Okay. Ask him if he has ever been to the
Southeast?
Southeast
Asia.
Asia.
Have you ever been to Southeast Asia?
No, I haven't. Ask me how many countries there are in Southeast Asia.
How many countries? How many countries are there in Southeast Asia?
I don't know. You have Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, Burma, Singapore, Malaysia, 7, and maybe Indonesia, 8. But I'm not sure if Indonesia's included. Ask me if I have ever been to Indonesia.
Have you ever been to Indonesia?
No, I haven't. Tell her to ask me if I have ever been to South America.
Ask him if he has ever been to South America.
Have you ever been to South America?
No, I haven't. Tell her to ask me if I have ever been to Mexico.
Ask him if he has ever been to Mexico.
Have you ever been to Mexico?
Yes, I have. Tell her to ask me how many times I've been there.
Ask him how many times he has been there.
Dos cosas. Him termina en M. Cierra la boca.
Ask him
how many times he's been there. Repeat.
how many times he's been there.
Times.
Times he's been there.
Repitamos. Tell her to ask me how many times I've been there.
Ask him how many times he's been there.
How many times have you been there?
Twice. And 3 times, sorry. Tell her to ask me when I went the first time.
Ask him when was the
When he went.
He went the first time.
When did you go the first time?
When I was 5 years old. Tell her to ask me if I still remember that trip.
Ask him if he still remember that trip.
¿Cómo no he entendido?
Ask him if he still remembers that trip.
Do you still remember that trip?
Yes, I do. Tell her to ask me why I remember it.
Ask him why he remembers it.
Why do you remember that trip?
Because it rained. And ask me what is so special about the rain.
What is so special about the rain?
It rained for 24 hours without stopping and it flooded. Ask me where we went.
Where did you go?
We went to Matamoros. Matamoros. Tell her to ask me where Matamoros is located.
Ask him where Matamoros is located.
Where is Matamoros located?
Matamoros.
Matamoros.
You're speaking in Extremeño. Okay. It's located just across the border. Just across the border from Brownsville, Texas. It's the border where the Rio Grande River enters the Gulf of Mexico. There are 2 cities, one in Texas, one in Mexico. One in Texas, it's Brownsville, La Villa del Señor Brown, Moreno, okay? And on the other is Matamoros, okay, is the name of it. Now, my family, for some reason, I don't know, we crossed. I was very little. And I remember because it started raining and raining, and the streets with water up to here. We couldn't move the car. Everybody. So yes, that was the first time. Okay? And I've been back twice. Tell her to ask me when I went the second time.
Ask him when he went for the second time.
Quita el for.
The second time.
When did you go for the
Quita el for.
to the second time? When did you go the second time?
I went when I was 18. Ask me where I went.
Where did you go?
I went to Nueva Laredo, also just across the border. All right? Tell her to ask me how old I was when I went the third time.
Ask him how old he was the third time.
How old were you the third time?
I was 20. Ask me where I went.
Where did you go?
I went everywhere. I went to Monterrey, Saltillo, Guanajuato. Ask me if I remember Monterrey.
Do you remember Monterrey?
Yes, I do. Tell her to ask me why I remember Monterrey so well.
Ask him why he remembers Monterrey so well.
Why do you remember? Why do you remember Monterrey so well?
Esmeralda. Yeah, I remember Esmeralda. All right.
Of course.
Tell her to ask me where I met Esmeralda.
Ask him where he met Esmeralda.
Repeat, please.
Ask him when he met.
¿Dónde? No, ¿cuándo?
Okay. Ask him where he met Esmeralda.
Where did you meet Esmeralda?
Esmeralda. Yo la conocí. Okay. I met Esmeralda in the Central Square. Una plaza grande. It's a big square. In the middle of Monterrey.
On a bench.
On a bench?
Yes.
How do you know?
We know that.
I know that story.
All right. Ask me how long we went out together.
How long did you go out together?
We didn't go out. Ask me if I invited her to have dinner.
Did you invite her to have dinner?
No, I didn't. Ask me if it was love at first sight.
Was it love at the first sight?
Love, no. Not necessarily love, but it was something at first sight. Ask me what was special about Esmeralda.
What was special about Esmeralda?
Her earrings. She was wearing big earrings, okay? Ask me what she called those earrings.
Sorry?
Ask me what she called her earrings.
What did she call her earrings?
Aretes. I remember, not pendientes. They were aretes. Ask me if they were made of gold.
Were they made of gold?
Probably not. Probably not. And asked me why I didn't invite her out to dinner.
Why didn't you invite her to dinner?
Because I was waiting for the bus.
Come on.
Asked me where I was planning to go.
Where were you planning to go?
I was planning to go Saltillo. And asked me what was more important for me, Saltillo or Esmeralda.
What was more important to you?
For you.
For you. Saltillo or Esmeralda?
Saltillo. Ask me why.
Why? Why was it more important?
Because a friend of mine was waiting for me.
But he could wait more.
No, it's a question of responsibility.
You could took her.
You could have taken.
Have taken her.
Asked me if I invited her to go with me.
Did you invite her? Did you invited her?
Oh.
Did you invite her to go with you?
No, I didn't. Tell her to ask me why I didn't invite Esmeralda to Saltillo.
Ask him why he didn't invite her to Saltillo.
Why didn't you invite her to Saltillo?
I found her a bit frivolous. Okay. And asked me why I remember her so well if she was so frivolous.
Why do you remember so well that she was?
Why do you remember her?
Remember her so well?
If she was?
If she was so frivolous.
Simply because she was very aggressive. All right. She sat down on the bench and said, hello, hola, hello, and began to speak to me.
That is not aggressive. Come on.
But no, she was a bit aggressive. No, I don't mind aggressiveness, but she was a bit aggressive, okay? But tell Annette to ask me how many days I spent in Monterrey.
Ask him how many days he spent in Monterrey.
How many days did you spend in Monterrey?
I spent 2 days there, all right? So, but I spent several days touring around Mexico. Ask me if I have ever been to Germany.
Have you ever been to Germany?
Yes, I have. Ask me how many times I've been there.
How many times have you been there?
Could you repeat?
How many times have you been there?
I see. I've been there just once. Okay, ask me how many days I was there.
How many days were you there?
What does she want to know?
She wants to know how many days you were in Germany.
I was there for about 5 days. Ask me if I had a good time.
Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did. Ask me if the weather was nice.
Was the weather nice?
Yes, it was. Ask me when I was there.
When were you there?
I was there in 1973. Ask me how old I was when I spent that time in Germany.
How old were you when you spent that time in Germany?
I was 21. Ask me if I ask me if I traveled through Germany alone.
Did you travel through Germany alone?
No, I didn't. Ask me who I went with.
Who did you go with?
I went with my parents. Okay? Now ask me if I was happy to arrive in Germany.
Were you happy to arrive in Germany?
Yes, I was. Ask me where I entered Germany.
Sorry?
Ask me where I entered Germany.
Why?
Where?
Where did you enter Germany?
I entered Germany through the Munich airport, and I was very happy to arrive. Ask me why I was so happy to arrive.
Why were you so happy to arrive?
Because I was leaving Italy. Ask me if I had a problem in Italy.
Did you have a problem in Italy?
Yes, I did. Tell her to ask me what problem I had in Italy.
Ask him what problem he had in Italy.
What problem did you have in Italy?
Hay fever. Okay. Do you know what hay fever is?
Yes, but for what? For what? Or
what's hay fever?
Hay fever is when you have to sneeze.
To sneeze? No, to sneeze.
To sneeze.
Alergia de primavera. Fiebre del heno. Heno fiebre. Hay fever. And in Italy, and I arrived in Germany, nothing.
You didn't have it in?
No. It's a question of the Mediterranean. Springtime.
So you have it in Spain as well?
Yes, in Spain as well. All right. Yeah. But, okay. But in any case, I was happy. And ask me how many days I spent in Munich.
How many days did you spend in Munich?
In Munich, I spent about 2 days. Ask me if I liked it.
Did you like it?
Very much. Munich's very pretty. And Bavaria is very pretty. Okay. And ask me where I finished my trip.
Where did you finish your trip?
I finished my trip in Amsterdam. And ask me how many days I stayed in Amsterdam.
How many days did you stay in Amsterdam?
Only for 2 days. Ask me if I would have liked to have stayed longer.
Would you have liked to spend more days in Amsterdam?
Okay. Would you have liked to have spent?
Would you have liked to spend?
To have spent.
To have spent. Yeah.
Okay, escucha. Está en castellano, decís, te habría gustado pasar unos días más. En inglés tenemos que equilibrar ambos lados.
Okay.
Te habría gustado haberte quedado. Okay. Would you have liked to have stayed or spent a few days more?
Okay. Would you have liked to have spent more days in Amsterdam?
Yes, I would. Ask me why I wanted to spend more time.
Why did you want to spend more time in Amsterdam?
Because I didn't have time to see the Rembrandt Museum. Ask me if I have seen it since then.
Have you seen it since then?
No, I haven't. Ask me how many times I have been back to Amsterdam.
How many times have you been back to Amsterdam?
I haven't. Okay, ask me if I would like to go.
Would you like to go?
Yes, I would. Ask me if I know anybody who has gone several times.
Do you know anybody who has gone several times?
Yes, my daughter. Ask me how many times she has been there.
How many times has she been there?
¿Quieres repetir?
How many times?
Good.
How many times has she been there?
¿Cuántas veces ha estado o cuántas veces?
How many times?
Claro, si no pones la S, Eva, en español no suena mal. ¿Cuántas veces? ¿Cuántas veces has estado en Holanda? Okay. ¿Cuántas veces? Pero en inglés, si comes la S al final, how many time, estás dejando la palabra time en singular.
Yeah.
Entonces, no suene a veces, suena a vez. Entonces, estás diciendo, ¿cuántas veces? Estás singularizando una palabra en plural. Entonces, es disonante y choca. Okay. Hay dos leones en la puerta, en las dos puertas. Okay. Entonces, si no dices, there are two lions, yo entiendo, hay dos leones. Hay dos lápices en el suelo. No dos lápices. You understand?
Yeah.
There are two pencils on the floor. I understand, hay dos lápices. Entonces, choca. No, perdona, has dicho, querrás decir lápices.
Yes.
Okay, so ask me how many times she has been there.
How many times has she been there?
3 or 4 times, a lot of times. She likes Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Ask her if she's ever been to Amsterdam.
Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
A lot of times.
All right, ask Annette if she's ever been to Amsterdam.
Have you ever been to Amsterdam?
Yes, once.
Just once. Okay, ask her if she has ever been to Russia.
Have you ever been to Russia?
No, I haven't.
China.
Have you ever been to China?
No, I haven't.
Vietnam.
Have you ever been to Vietnam?
No, I haven't.
Australia.
Have you ever been to Australia?
No, I haven't.
Suriname.
Have you ever been to Suriname?
No, I haven't.
Brazil.
Have you ever been to Brazil?
No, I haven't.
Montevideo.
Have you ever been to Montevideo?
Yes, I have.
Ask her if it's pretty.
Is it pretty?
Not so pretty.
Ask her Buenos Aires is prettier than Montevideo.
Is Buenos Aires prettier than Montevideo?
Yes, I think so.
Ask her if the people in Uruguay are similar to the people in Argentina.
Is the people are the people in Uruguay the same?
Similar
to the people in Argentina?
No, they are very kind.
They're very kind.
More kind. Kinder than the porteño. Yeah. I'm sorry to say that.
All right, so kinder no sería la palabra. Kind tiene varios significados. ¿Qué clase de coche tienes? ¿Qué tipo de coche? What kind of car? Pero kind es bondadoso, generoso. Es amable. If you open a dictionary and you look at an English-Spanish dictionary, kind, it says amable. Pero es amable en el sentido de bondad y generosidad. Okay. Cuando qué amable es, gracias, solemos decir nice.
They are nicer than the porteños.
Kinder puede ser, a lo mejor son más generosos y bondadosos, pero creo que más majos.
Yes.
Más amigables, amistosos. O sea.
Más sencillos. How do you say
Simpler.
That? Yes.
Simple. So the people, the porteños are not simple. They're complicated.
I'm sorry, but not.
They're not, in your opinion, okay? Ask me if I have ever been to Buenos Aires.
Have you ever been to Buenos Aires?
No, I haven't. Ask me if I would like to go.
Would you like to go?
Of course. Ask me if I'm planning to go next year.
Are you planning to go next year?
No, I'm not. Ask me where I'm planning to go next year.
Where are you planning to go next year?
I really don't know. Maybe to South Africa. Ask me how many times I've been to South Africa.
How many times have you been to South Africa?
Never. Ask me if I have ever made plans to go.
Have you ever made plans to go?
Yes, I have. And ask me why I didn't go.
Why haven't you?
Why didn't you?
Why didn't you go?
I made plans 2 years ago to go to South Africa, but my secretary recommended Brazil to switch.
It was a good recommendation?
Was it? No, it wasn't.
Was it? No.
Ask me why it wasn't a good recommendation.
Why wasn't a good recommendation?
Why wasn't?
What wasn't it a good recommendation?
Because I couldn't go.
Neither.
Ask me why I couldn't go.
Why couldn't you go?
I didn't have a visa. Ask me if Americans need a visa to go to Brazil.
Do Americans have a visa to go there? Need a visa to go there?
Yes, they do. Ask me if I knew that.
Did you knew that? Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Ask me what happened.
What happened?
I went to the airport to go.
Without visa?
Without a visa, and I couldn't go.
Very bad, the travel agency who suggested...
It wasn't a travel, it was done through the internet. And that's probably the problem with the secretary, okay?
Yes.
Well, very bad from...
Yeah, ask me if I was upset.
Were you upset?
I wasn't. Ask me if my wife was a bit upset.
Was your wife a little upset?
Yes, she was. Ask me what we did instead of going to Brazil.
What did you do instead of going to Brazil?
We went to Extremadura and to Andalusia.
It's not the same. Come on, it's beautiful, but it's not the same.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Extremadura and Andalusia are more interesting than Brazil. Come on.
Yeah, well.
Come on. No, really.
You think so?
Of course. Come on. Cáceres, Trujillo, Plasencia, Guadalupe, Badajoz, Zafra, Huelva, Seville, Córdoba, Granada, Ronda, okay, Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Find places in Brazil, except Rio or Bahia, that are really nicer. There are many places in Brazil, but it's for tourism, not for history. Yes. In Andalusia and Extremadura, both. Extremadura produced 80%, sin costa. It's a landlocked area. We say cerrado por tierra, landlocked, como lock the door. It's a landlocked region, and it produced 80% of the conquistadors. It's incredible. And Andalusia is a museum in sí mismo, ¿cómo se dice?
Itself?
In itself.
In itself.
Andalusia is a museum in itself. The Giralda, Barrio Santa Cruz, Parque María Luisa, all right? The Mezquita, the mosque in Córdoba, the Alhambra in Granada, of course, the Generalife, many other places. It's beautiful, beautiful, all right? And Ronda is beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's more interesting for me. Now, for tourism and to enjoy the beach, the sun, the girls on the beach, etc., perhaps Brazil. All right. Ask Annette if she has ever been to Rio.
Have you ever been to Rio?
Only in a connecting flight.
Ask her if she's ever been to Sao Paulo.
Have you ever been to Sao Paulo?
No, I haven't.
Ask her if she's ever been to Santos.
Have you ever been to Santos?
No, I haven't.
Ask her if she's ever been to Salvador de Bahia.
Have you ever been to Salvador de Bahia?
With a finger on the map.
Ask her if she's ever been to the Mato Grosso.
Have you ever been to Mato Grosso?
No, I haven't.
Ask her if she's ever been to Iguazu.
Have you ever been to Iguazu?
Yes, I have.
On the Argentina side?
On both sides.
Both sides. Ask her which side is better.
Which size is better?
Good. Repeat, please.
Which size?
Size? Tamaño or?
Side.
Eso.
Which side is better?
The Argentine is nicer, better. But the view from the Brazilian side is better. It's nicer.
So
it's really clear.
Walking through the Iguazu Falls, it's nicer on the Argentine side.
Okay, ask her how long it takes to walk through the...
How long does it take? Does it take you to walk through the
falls?
It depends how much you want to walk.
Well, what's the maximum?
2 or 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours. Okay. Ask me if I've ever been to Brazil.
Have you ever been to Brazil?
No, I haven't. Ask me if I've ever been to Canada.
Have you ever been to Canada?
No, I haven't. Ask me if I've ever been to Spain.
Have you ever been to Spain?
Yes, I have, aunque hay una canción donde uno dice que no. And the song is, well, I've never been to Spain, but I've been to Oklahoma. Yeah. And they tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. In Oklahoma, in Arizona, what does it matter? ¿Qué más da? ¿Qué importa? What does it matter? And it really doesn't matter where you're from, because people, there are good people and bad people everywhere. There's beauty and ugliness everywhere. Deep down in el fondo, la esencia humana, the human essence is the same everywhere. Very interesting in my opinion. Have you ever been to? ¿Conoces Oklahoma? Se dice en inglés, have you ever been to Oklahoma? Recordarlo. Okay? And see you very soon. We'll see you in a few minutes for another half hour of Vaughan and Vivo. We'll be right back.